Coming up on Hawk TV News, we'll tell you about the latest winter storm, help you fight off the cold and flu, and get you up to date on Hawk sports. All this and more coming up on Hawk TV News. Welcome to Hawk TV News. I'm Jordan Stevens. Thanks for joining us. Northeast Nebraska is bracing for another winter storm. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for Madison County from 6 a.m. tomorrow to 6 a.m. on Thursday. Forecasted snowfall is expected to reach 6 to 12 inches. For public safety to help with more efficient snow removal, the city of Norfolk has declared a snow emergency effective as of 12 a.m. Wednesday until further notice. Text Norfolk alerts to the number 74121 to receive all emergency text alerts from the city of Norfolk. Also remember to have campus alerts on your phone so that you are up to date on Northeast announcements. Norfolk police were called to a residence at the 300 block of North 12th Street for a verbal argument between a male and female. When the officer arrived, they made contact with 33-year-old Tyson L. Tilden of Norfolk and an adult female. Officers learned that there was an active domestic abuse protection order prohibiting Tilden from contacting the female and being at the residence. Tilden was arrested for a protection order violation. He was housed in Norfolk County City Jail and was later moved to the Madison County Jail. Governor Jim Pillen unveils a package that he says will lower state property taxes while providing funding for education. Pillen and Nebraska's Republicans say that the bills will provide $1,500 in funding per student, also promising a total of $2.5 billion in funding for education. Republicans also say that the bill will provide property tax relief, which will be reflected in the upcoming state budget. The Norfolk Public Library is currently seeking applications for authors to participate in a spring book fair on Saturday, April 29th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The spring book fair will be held at the Norfolk Public Library at 308 West Prospect Avenue in Norfolk. Any Nebraska author with new works traditionally published or self-publishing in the last 5 years is encouraged to apply. Authors from nearby locations in South Dakota and Iowa will be considered as well. The Nebraska Humane Society was holding a special adoption event today in order to honor Betty White's 101st birthday. The Humane Society says it had over 100 dogs on display today, including many that are held in the back that people don't usually see. The Humane Society says it's offering many adoptions for just $50. You can see pictures of the dogs online at anyhumanesociety.org. Along with winter comes cold and flu season. Hawk TV's Keely Peck spoke to student nurse to know what to look out for and how to treat it.
Are you curious about what to look out for during this cold winter season? With temperatures already dropping below the single digits, Hawk TV wants to remind you how to keep ourselves warm and healthy.
With weather temperatures going up and down, lots of students and staff have begun getting sick right before the flu season officially begins and during finals time. Our school nurse, Crystal Priester, explains to us what to look out for this holiday season.
Around the winter, you're going to definitely start seeing some influenza. So influenza, RSV, sometimes pneumonias come out, and of course, COVID. So unfortunately, COVID has been added to that mix year round now. There's like a little bit of an influx of illnesses, respiratory type illnesses for students this time of the year, but I wouldn't say that the numbers are significantly different. Influenza can last anywhere from 5 to 10 days depending on the severity of it. COVID, same thing, can last 5 to 10 days or longer depending on some of the symptoms that you do get from it. RSV is your common cold for an adult, and that too can last, anywhere from a week to 14 days, just depending. Some less, some a little bit longer, but from the start to the finish, usually it's about 7 to 10 days average.
Thankfully, with these illnesses comes lots of cures to help during sickness or to help avoid it entirely, especially since this winter looks like it'll be a harsh one.
For these types of illnesses, they're all viruses, so there's not a medication that's going to treat it or make you get over it faster. So it's all going to be symptom-based treatment. So, Tylenol, ibuprofen for your general aches and pains, headaches, fevers. Some antihistamines such as Claritin, Zyrtec, Allegra, Sudafed, those types of medicines would help with any sinus drainage. And then there's also Mucinex for clearing up some of that sinus drainage, and then just your over-the-counter cough medicines as needed. But also, if you're not feeling well, stay home. Stay out of class, stay home and away from crowds if you're not feeling well yourself.
Priester went on to say that everyday things like good hand washing, drinking lots of fluids, and getting good sleep are all ways to help avoid getting sick. They're strongly recommended, and she highly suggests it.
Hopefully, with these tips, you can stay warm and healthy this holiday season. For Hawk TV News, I'm Keely Peck.
Coming up on Hawk TV News, Keely will be in with your weather and national news. You're watching Hawk TV News.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I work in rehab, long-term care, and assisted living facilities. When I look at my residents, I see my mom, my dad, and I'm giving the respect and the care I would want. We are protectors of our residents. Their safety, their health, and happiness are three things that we're working on 24/7. We've taken an oath to do that, but it's in our hearts to do that.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Good evening. My name is Keely Peck, and here's Hawk TV News weather. Tonight, the weather will be a high of 33 degrees with a low of 23 degrees and plans to stay cloudy with no precipitation expected until tomorrow morning. Because I'm certain we're all curious, tomorrow's weather plans to be a high of 28 degrees with a low of 21 degrees. It plans to snow all day tomorrow. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning from 6 a.m. Wednesday to 6 a.m. Thursday, with snow reaching from 6 to 15 inches and winds gusting at 25 to 35 miles an hour. If you must travel, please keep emergency food, water, and a flashlight as a precaution. Stay tuned to Hawk TV for further weather updates. Thursday, the weather will be a high of 26 degrees and a low of 17 degrees. While it will be colder, no snow is planned to be expected, but be prepared for the snow to stay for Thursday as well. Currently, it is 31 degrees and cloudy. It seems to be normal cold weather now, but it's not bound to stay that way. For the latest weather news, visit khwkhawktv.com. As a reminder, make sure to download the Campus Alert app on your devices to keep up with the latest news regarding cancellations and postponements for this upcoming storm. The National Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on a rare winter tropical storm system in the Atlantic. It was last located about 300 miles north of Bermuda as it tracks northward. The system dumped just under 4 inches of snow on Boston. Forecasters say it's unlikely to transition to a cyclone now that it's moving to much colder waters. The last January hurricane to make landfall was Hurricane Alex in 2016 when it hit Portugal. Southwest Airlines says most customers affected by last month's travel nightmare have received their refunds. According to the company, 90% of passengers on canceled flights have gotten their money back, and the remaining 10% should be refunded in the next few days. Southwest added that all bags with name tags on them have been returned as well. The Dallas-based airline said it will spend more than $1 billion on system upgrades to avoid another catastrophe. The CEO of one of the largest consumer goods companies is predicting prices will keep rising. Unilever CEO Alan Jope made that comment during an interview with CNBC at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Unilever owns brands such as Ben & Jerry's and Axe. Jope said the market might be at peak inflation, but probably not peak prices. He added that while there may be further price increases on goods to come, the rate of price increases is probably peaking around now. Apple is announcing new MacBooks with their most powerful chips yet. The company announced its new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro laptops, both updated with the latest processors. Apple revealed an update for its Mac mini computer as well. The new 14-inch Mac Pro will sell for $2,000, while the 16-inch model will run for $2,500. The devices will be available on January 24th, but pre-orders begin today. Coming up, Alex is up next with sports news. What's going on with Northeast basketball? How is Mr. Hamlin? Find out more after this break.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
At 1-800-QUIT-NOW, we get it. With free coaching services and nicotine gum, patches, or lozenges, we're here for you. No lectures, no judgment. Call us at 1-800-QUIT-NOW today.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself. And within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything. And I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Welcome to Sports Focus. I'm Alex Caston. The Northeast women's basketball was on the road against Ellsworth Community College this past weekend in Iowa Falls, Iowa. The score was 87-61. This improves the Hawks record to 11 wins and 6 losses. This also improves the Hawks record's ICC-AC record to 5 wins and 3 losses. Anissa Malorando was player of the game as she was just 3 assists short of a triple-double. Malorando totaled 22 points and 11 rebounds and 7 assists. Allison Richards wasn't too far as her 21 points were timely for Northeast. The Hawks also shot 37 out of 66, which is a staggering 56% from the field. Northeast will have a few days off before taking Midland University JV at 5:30 on Friday at the Cox Activity Center in Norfolk. The Northeast men's basketball played York College JV and came away with the win. Northeast won by the score of 87-40. The Hawks jumped out to a 25-7 lead early on and never looked back. This improves the Hawks record to 10 wins and 9 losses and 2 wins and 5 losses in ICC-AC play. Colin Storr led the way for Northeast as he stuffed the stat sheet with 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. In the past 6 games for Northeast, Storr is nearly averaging 18 points and 13 rebounds per game. Northeast will stay home to beat this stretch of 3 games in 5 days as they will host Southwestern Community College at 7 p.m. Thursday at the Cox Activity Center in Norfolk. The game was moved from Wednesday to Thursday due to weather. We got an update about the situation of Damar Hamlin. As we know, Hamlin had cardiac arrest following a tackle on T. Higgins on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago. Damar Hamlin recently got released from the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. After Hamlin got released from the hospital, he was transferred to a Buffalo hospital. Recently, Hamlin got to see his teammates for the first time since collapsing on the field. Recently in Buffalo, Adam Ziglis made a mural in Larkin Square. The mural depicts Hamlin making a heart sign with his hands. The Super Wildcard weekend came to an end last night with the Cowboys beating the Buccaneers 31-14. Dak Prescott had around 330 total yards and 5 touchdowns as well. The Cowboys' next game is Sunday at 6:30 at night Eastern Time or 5:30 Central Time against the 49ers. The craziest this didn't stop there, though, as the Jacksonville Jaguars came back from 27 points, the second largest comeback in postseason history, and a crazy 0.1% to win the game. The Jaguars will play the Kansas City Chiefs Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Time or 3:30 Central Time in the afternoon. The Buffalo Bills beat the Miami Dolphins 34-31. The Bills will play the Bengals at 3 o'clock Eastern Time or 2 o'clock Central Time in the afternoon on Sunday. The shocker of the NFC weekend was the Giants beating the Minnesota Vikings 31-24. This came after a magnificent performance by Daniel Jones, who had 4 touchdowns and almost 400 yards of total offense. The Giants will play the Eagles on Saturday night at 8:15 Eastern Time or 7:15 Central Time. LeBron James is getting really close to breaking the NBA all-time scoring record that was set by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. James is 316 points away from breaking the record. James had 48 points against the Houston Rockets yesterday on Martin Luther King Day. Since he turned 38 in December, James has been averaging an absurd 37 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 8.6 assists. The Lakers' next game is tomorrow against the Sacramento Kings at 9:30 Central Time or 7:30 Pacific Time. Coming up on Hawk TV, Avatar is The Way of the Water is blowing up the box office. The Last of Us is shattering records on HBO Max, and Keely has an update on Jeremy Renner. All this and more coming up on Hawk TV News.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I have a voice and the freedom to express it.
I have my faith as a freedom of religion.
I find the truth and have the freedom to share it.
I have a cause and the freedom to peacefully assemble.
I have a concern and the freedom to petition my government.
Think first. Know your 5 freedoms of the First Amendment. Go to thinkfirstamendment.org to learn more.
My dad's addiction and death from overdosing on opioids has taught me it's likely that everybody knows somebody who is struggling with this very problem. Losing my mentor, my best friend, he took one pill too many that ultimately killed him.
There's nothing in the way. There's nothing left to say. There's just a perfect day for us to use. Why don't we wait here? I just wanna stay here now.
Hello, my name is Keely Peck, and I am back with entertainment news. Actor Jeremy Renner is back home. He was hospitalized after a snowplow accident on New Year's Day. According to the Daily Mail, a friend of the actor said his injuries are much worse than feared, and he nearly bled out and almost died as he waited for help to arrive. Elvis Presley's Graceland estate will pass to his 3 granddaughters. When Elvis died in 1977, he left the estate and mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, to his daughter Lisa Marie Presley, who died of cardiac arrest last week in Southern California. She was 54. Lisa Marie was the sole owner of the estate that was her childhood home, which now will be passed on to her daughters, 33-year-old Riley and 14-year-old twins Harper and Finley. The HBO series adaptation of the hit video game The Last of Us is securing the network's second biggest debut of the last 13 years. The show premiered Sunday and hit a mark of 4.7 million viewers for the first episode. The new series comes behind the Game of Thrones spin-off series House of the Dragon, which was released last year. New episodes are set to debut on Sundays on HBO and HBO Max through March 12th. Avatar: The Way of Water is set to pass Spider-Man: No Way Home today to become the 6th highest grossing film of all time. The James Cameron directed sequel is closing in on $2 billion and had another strong weekend over the 4-day MLK holiday stretch. The film has been boosted thanks to its release in China, where it currently has made over $214 million since its release. In range for the movie to pass next are Avengers: Infinity War and Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That is all for this week's edition of Hawk TV News. We hope you enjoyed the first show of 2023. We look forward to seeing you all for next week's show. And us at Hawk TV News would like to remind you to keep warm and be safe for this upcoming storm. Have a great night, you all.